Ready?
Got it?
It's going now, yeah.
All right, Ben Goertzel here, and I'm unusually face to face with my father, Ted Goertzel. I thought it'd be fun to capture a few minutes about the book that we're writing called AGI Nation, which is not the first writing project we've done together, but could be the most important one, right? So.
Well, I'm glad that I've been able to add a little bit of my perspective as a sociologist and knowledge of actually how the policy process works in the United States and Congress, the educational system, the criminal justice system. And I really think AGI is going to do a great deal to improve how things are done and to make things better for people, and really to help guide people through the transition. This is one of the things that AGI is different from other technological transitions, is that it's actually going to help us learn how to adjust to it, which you couldn't say for machinery or the type of changes you had in the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, I think that latter point was the biggest shift in my sort of plan for the book that came about after we started collaborating on it. So I was thinking about sort of what should the U.S. government do, supposing we launch AGI in the next 2 or 3 years or something, right? So we have a machine smarter than people. One by one, it can automate almost all the jobs people are doing, not quite everything. And then what, right? Does the government just give free money to everyone? Then who controls the whole thing? I mean, how do you deal with the developing world? How do you think about people's well-being? And one thing I hadn't been thinking about as much was how can the advancing AI help with this process? Like in some senses, our modern democracy is semi-broken, and you can think of ways that AI could help repair that so that democracy would work better. So you could have a sort of virtuous cycle where advancing AI helps democracy work better, which then helps us better figure out.
It's all a matter of timing. Some of the changes will come before other changes, and people have to learn to move to the things that are emerging and the things that are still working, and we can help people with that and find roles for people. AI can do that if we challenge it to do that, so we have to work with it rather than say it's going to take over from us.
Right, so like in the job market, AI can help people figure out what new things they might enjoy doing with their time, right? I mean, either to get resources or eventually even when it's not time to getting resources. In education, AI can help teachers and students figure out, what do they need to learn in the current situation, and how can they learn it, right? So if you go through all the aspects of society to be impacted by AI, I mean, AI in theory can help people to cope with these better, and this is a nice thing to get into the mind of the AI as well. This isn't necessarily the direction that the mainstream of AI development is going now, but I think we can still steer things.
You really have to deal with the transition and not look at far off in the distance, which a lot of people tend to do, and the people live in the shorter term and have to live with how things are changing, and I'm trying to help get a focus on that.
Yeah, I mean, through my life, I thought a lot about post-singularity and super AI superminds and merging your mind in the singularity and all this. And I still believe all that is real and can happen, but even if that's right, I mean, there's a transitional period as AI gets smarter and smarter and smarter, and like all of us have to live through that in practice and deal with it in practice. And what we're thinking about in this book is sort of how can we best manage this transitional period between now and a hopeful future era of abundance, right? And Ted has a sociology background and a background in public policy, which has been usefully complementary to my more technical view on things.
Thank you.
All right, we're getting rained on. I think
Thank
that's
you.
enough.
All right, probably.